I'm at the booth of the TU München right now, and again they're bringing something completely new to the table. Of course, the background is going greener for you as well. Thomas, you are the professor of synthetic biotechnology at the TU München. Thanks a lot for joining us.
My pleasure.
Thomas, you are obviously part of the GREENTECH Festival. Why is it so special for you?
Well, we are concerned with sustainable process development with a focus on synthetic biology and synthetic biotechnology, of course. And we are looking for industry partners that help us to commercialize the processes we develop, because as an academic, of course, I bring innovation to a certain point, to TRL 5 probably, but beyond that, coming to the market is not my focus.
Not your core business?
Correct.
Okay. What kind of product are you bringing to the GREENTECH Festival?
So one of the core products that I wanted to present today was green carbon fiber. It's a project that's currently running, and here we are using a new technology for carbon capture use and elimination. The first step is that we generate algae biomass. It's basically this green goo that you see in this tube.
Do you generate them in Munich?
Yeah, we produce them in Munich in our unique Algae Tech Center, where we can do climate simulation around the world. Mm-hmm. And basically here we optimize algae processes for the best location in the world to commercialize. Mm-hmm. Yeah? So we produce them not in this tube usually, but in the kilogram to half-ton scale. Yeah?
And which one is the next step then?
The next step then is the extraction of oil from these algae, and when you do the extraction right, you actually get a very clear oil, as you see.
I can see, yeah.
Many other competitors have a lot of pigment carryover. We developed a process to actually produce clean oil, and out of this clean oil we can do two products. And for about 7 years we've been working with industry on sustainable aviation fuels, so that is one part that you can use this oil for, the fatty acids, and that's a drop-in biofuel for aeroplanes. But then you have a residue called glycerol. You know this from glycerol bars or in cosmetics. Mm-hmm. And we use it to make carbon fiber. So here is one of those examples of green carbon fiber. It's basically chemically the same as you would produce it with petrochemical feedstocks, but we use our glycerol stream to convert to acrylonitrile, that's a base compound of all commercial carbon fibers. So the performance in terms of technical strength as well as the performance in an application mm-hmm. such as aeroplane building or automotive is exactly the same as the corresponding product that's made with petrochemical feedstocks. Yeah.
And this is also possible, right?
Yeah, and I mean, to diversify, we linked this carbon fiber with a natural stone, granite, and one of the examples for application is this T-bar. Yeah. It has the strength of a T-bar of steel, mm-hmm. but is lightweight. It only has 1/3 of the weight of the equivalent steel bar.
It looks heavy.
And
it isn't.
But
wow, that's impressive.
I can lift it. I wouldn't be able to do this with the same from steel, but obviously this is a natural stone. It also looks nice, but it has the same performance in terms of weight bearing as your steel, but it doesn't rust. So it prolongs the lifetime of your building. Yeah? On top of this, when we talk about sustainability, you can move gigatons of CO2 when you go into a building application. This is the mass that you move a year. Yeah? So with this application, we anticipate per year we could compensate the CO2 emissions of the cement industry.
How important is it to get the industry into such a process?
So, since this is a transformative process in 3 relevant industries, the chemical industry, the carbon fiber production industry, and the downstream application industry, so either building, automotive, or aviation, it means a lot of piecing together the players.
Communication.
Harmonization, communication is key, and that is really a challenge to bring this into the market. And that's one of the reasons why I'm here. I'm actually talking to some of the potential applicants of this technology, and I would like to motivate them to talk to us and come in and be part of this change.
Spinning off is very important for institutes like yours, right?
Yes.
Why is that?
I think the importance is we have to not only change the technologies in industry, but we also have to change the thinking of people. Yeah, and my institute has as a main component education of people. I educate students every day. Yeah, and when they learn that we can do this, it also means that they learn they can make a change by themselves. Yeah, so it's changing industry and changing society.
And for which product do you dream about replacing the material?
Well, one of the dream applications obviously would be if we could build houses with this. Yeah?
That's a huge impact.
That's a huge impact. And possibly we can actually then have other elements with this material. We have one mounting heater here, which has the ability to use very low energy impact to heat a house. When we think about the urban environment, we have higher density of people, living space is condensed. That means we have to rethink building innovation. And their compact building materials and appliances such as a heater are important to keep technology at a level of convenience for people. Yeah? I'm a very strong believer that sustainability change doesn't need to impact our living standards. Yeah? I always call it economic growth without ecological compromise. Mm-hmm. Yeah? I think it's transforming the thinking of our society and how we work, but also how we think about the environment. Yeah? Bringing human living in harmony with our environment is key for sustaining this planet in the future.
And you are part of the Bioökonomierat, so-called. What's your role and why is it so important?
I think my role primarily is educational. Yeah, of course, I'm an innovator at the very early stage, showing that things are possible, but most of the time it is focused on people. Yeah, educating people about this change, the necessity of change, and showing them the routes towards making this change happen.
We are always talking about how Germany is ranked in all the worldwide picture. What do you think about that?
I think we are brilliant when it comes to innovation. We are not so good when it comes to the commercialization part. That very much has to do with risk-adverse behavior of our investment systems. Yeah, when we would be in the US, risk is much more adopted than here. And when you want to be transformative for your society, you need to adopt innovation at an early stage and then pace it towards commercialization. Yeah? And that means assuming risks.
Of course.
My wish would be that we have more sustained investments into early stage technologies and then bring them forward to commercialization. That means that not all projects will work.
That's part of the game.
Part of the game, but we need more risk adaptation, in that respect.
What are you looking for at the GreenTech Festival?
It's actually the partners for me towards commercialization. Here, networking, in the first day I had speakers dinner and I met just by chance two guys that were in the aviation field, that worked on automation of flight taxis. Yeah? One of them was concerned with the landing platform. We are building a landing platform out of this material for inductive loading of flight taxis.
A perfect match.
But we didn't know each other before, but we knew the same people.
Yeah, that's
so
funny.
It was amazing to actually come together in this kind of setting. And I think then talking together, having the opportunity after 1 year of Zoom meetings to come together and really talk, connect, make things happen.
Thank you very much for talking to me and the team today. Thomas, it was a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you.